Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to take a look at one of our most rugged, overlanding ready inventory units that we have available right now. This is a 2021 high roof live model, and it has an EcoBoost engine, Quigley Q-lift, all-terrain tires, and it's an all-wheel drive unit. At first glance, you can see the rugged Line-X finish on this. It's got a nice black, rugged, rough finish on it that helps prevent scratching. If you are going to take it out in an overlanding type environment, the finish on this is really going to protect you from little bumps and nicks and scratches and everything like that. And with the all-wheel drive setup, we equip it with BF Goodrich KO2 all-terrain tires. So that, along with the all-wheel drive EcoBoost and the Q-lift, those are all really going to help assist you if you do want to go on a dirt path, go on the sand, try to go up some hills that you normally wouldn't attempt. So if you are somebody that's interested in overlanding type abilities, this could be a really good option for you. As you can see on the roof, we have the roof rack set up with the awning exterior lighting. So you can have the awning out on a beautiful fall day like this, help get some shade, illuminate under the awning with the exterior light bar. There's a light bar on the front of the van as well, so if you are going down a really secluded path, you don't want to hit an elk or deer or anything like that, you can just turn that on and have the additional view of the road in front of you. And then right inside here in the kitchen setup, we have a sink. So it's just a Dometic sink. It folds flat, the nozzle comes up, and that attaches to our water system that we'll take a closer look at the back of the van. And then there's a single pod drawer module and two 3-door bases with the sink module on top. The really great thing about these drawers is they do lock in place, but we do add these black turn knobs on them as well, because you may bump into the door and unlock it accidentally. So that black turn knob is another way to make sure that those stay closed when you're traveling. Also, these are all modules, so they come in and out of the van. We have different setups. We have slide drawer bases, cubby bases that are similar to this, other tops, and you can kind of rearrange them however you want. It gives you really an unlimited option of setting up the storage in your van the way that really works best for you. And one thing of note about this van is it is a passenger van. How it currently sits, there's no additional seating, but we do have that as an option for you. You can see there's the factory Ford mounts in there where seats go in. So right now it's kind of set up for either a solo traveler or a couple. But if you do need additional seatings for other passengers, whether it be children or other people you want to tag along with on your trip, the seats just pop in and out really quickly. You can seat up to 8 and as few as 2. And right here we have one of my favorite items, and that is the swivel seat. It really opens up the van so you have the ability to enjoy the living area. And if it is 2 of you, you may want to consider the jump seat as well, so that you can kind of face each other if you want to enjoy a meal together. That way these 2 seats aren't the only 2 seats that you have in the van. It's kind of awkward if you tried to do that. But hey, if you want just the open area, you have that option as well. But I really enjoy the swivel seat. You can put a table right here. You can make it a working area if you're somebody that works from the road, or if you just want to enjoy a meal. It's a great option for that. So right here, we're really going to show off the use of the T-Track inside the van. So you have these hanging cabinets, hooks, there's a molly panel up here, eyelets. So it really shows off how you can use the T-Track to maximize your storage ability. So these would just turn loose, and you can slide the hanging cabinets up and down the rail. You can take them completely out. We have these 3D printed hooks where that hat is hooked up on, where you can just hang up hats, helmets, bags, anything like that helps maximize your storage. Or as you can see over here, you can have some fake gourds if you want to. If you want to really spruce up your van, add some hominess to it, you have that option as well. And then right here is kind of one of the staples of the Live model, and that is the hydraulic bed platform. On this platform, you can fit a full queen size mattress. So it is really comfortable to sleep on. It's one of the most important things about a camper van is having a comfortable place to sleep. because you are kind of roughing it already, so you want to be able to get a good night's sleep. And this queen size mattress allows you plenty of comfortable room to get a good night's sleep. And then one of the features of this platform is this fold leaf. So if you do want to add seating, other storage options right here that you may have to, the bed would normally be in the way. This leaf just folds back, and you slide those in. And if you wanted to put a jump seat here or the 2-seat bench here, you wouldn't have to take the bed out. You just fold this back. And then when you want to set it up for sleep again, you pull the arms down, you fold this flat, and there's a little piece of corrugated plastic that has the same kind of material that's actually on the outside of this van, that Linex finish on it, and it just pops in there. And then one nice thing about these popping out is over time they may get a little dirty, but they are durable and they have that finish on them, so you can just hose them off, let them dry out, and then put them back in the bed platform. But we'll leave that down for now, and make our bed again, so it's still all nice and pretty in here. So right here over the passenger slider door, we have one of our sets of switches. There's accent lighting, dome light, cargo lighting, a stereo, water pump, and exterior lights. With the water pump option, that's going to feed the water from the back of the van up to the sink up at the front. So if you do want to wash your hands or wash off some produce, anything like that, you just hit that button, it'll turn the water pump on, send water up to the front, and it'll dispense into this gray water tank right here. And we just use the jerry can system, which is really convenient. You can use city fills, like if there's a hose, but for the gray water, it just fills up. It's 6 gallons, and then you dump it out and then put it back in. Right here is the S-bar control, and that's the furnace. Really efficient system that runs off of the vehicle's gas tank. And then the inverter switches so that you can run outlets and everything like that throughout the van. If you do want to charge a phone, you want to run a microwave, just so you have the option to have like the outlets that you would have at home in your van. Right here we have the hookups to the water, so they just twist on right there. That's the line that runs up to the sink at the front, and they just untwist. This is the directional spout to where you open and close the valve. And then right here is just a way to hide the water line, but that's just connected to the T-track. So if you did want to take this water system completely out of the van and get the hose out of here, it's a really quick and easy, just a couple bolts, you take it out, and then you pop this whole kitchen pod setup out of the van. Right here on the driver's side of the garage, we have the crank for the bed. So it's just going to crank down. It's a hydraulic bed, as I mentioned before, and then you just go the other way to raise the bed. This will come down all the way to the top of where the amplifier currently is in here, or as we take a look up here, it'll go to the top right here where the paneling starts to jut out. That's the stopping point for the bed platform as it's going up. The nice thing about the hydraulic bed platform is you have the ability, if you want to put like bikes here on the gear slide, you can put the bed all the way down to the top of the handlebars, or if you have shorter gear in here and you really want to maximize the amount of sleeping space you have above, you can just lower it down to the top of the boxes here, and get that full headroom at the top for sleeping. Right here is the additional set of switches on the back of the van. So there's an exterior light bar here that turns on, accent lighting, cargo lighting, and the water pump has an additional switch back here. And I'll take the phone off of the mount real quick so we can take a closer look at the power system. But right here we have the AGM power bank. Right here is kind of the fuse box and wiring setup. And then, sorry for the reflection, we'll try to get a better look at the inverter here. So there's the inverter, like I mentioned before, that helps you have all these power outlets and things throughout the van. So you can charge your devices and power appliances, and anything like that also. And this power system charges a couple different ways. One of the ways it charges is it has a shore power hookup on the side of the van. Also, when you drive the van, the alternator charges this system. And then we have solar on the roof that helps kind of trickle charge the system. The solar power isn't necessarily going to allow you to run any components by itself. but it's going to help support that power system to help keep it topped off if you are in a nice sun, like today it's a very nice sunny day. So it's just going to help keep that battery power trickle charged. On the passenger side here, we have the water tank. That's the fresh water, the hot water tank. And then there's actually an air compressor in this van. We'll start off with the water system. So like I mentioned, we just use jerry cans, so you can fill it up with a garden hose or a city fill kind of a system. And if you do want to carry additional water, it's really convenient too, because you can just carry multiple of these jerry cans filled up. And then you don't have to worry about a bigger tank or anything like that. This is the hot water heater, so you can string up a curtain in between the doors and take a warm shower off the back. Or like I mentioned, you can just use it to wash your hands or for cleaning purposes on the sink up at the front. And then the air compressor is a great option too, because this does have some overlanding capabilities. So if you do need to air down your tires at a time, or if you need to air up your tires sometime, that will be a great option for you. And then here we have the gear slide, which is one of the staples of the Live model. It can be in a Do model, or we have another adaptation of it in our Move models, but this was kind of one of the staples of the Go model back in the day, which the Live model is based on. But there's a red knob right here, and you just pull the tray out, and it holds up to 750 pounds evenly distributed. It's a great option for mounting bikes or your gear. You have all these eye hooks, so you can mount these into the T-track. So if you do have boxes or anything back here, totes that you know are going to slide around if you don't tie them down, you can space these out, use ratchet straps or rope, and really make sure your gear is fastened down so it's not sliding around during the van. And this can be used as like a tailgating table, a picnic table, just whatever kind of purpose you would have for it. I will say it should not be used as a diving board into a lake. As much fun as that sounds, we recommend against it. And so you just slide it in. It does have some locking positions, and so you don't have to pull it all the way in or out, or you don't have to deal with the annoying, like you're on a slope, you have the dangerous aspect of it could come flying down back at you, or your gear keeps sliding back in. So it does have locking positions just for convenience sake and safety's sake. And then right here we have the thermal curtains, and they mount with Velcro. It's a really heavy duty Velcro, and they pop in and out. If you're not using them, what a lot of people will do is actually throw them under the mattress when they're driving, and then when they want the privacy or the shade, they throw them back up. So they're really convenient there. We also have a pocket option. So we have thermal curtains with pockets if you do want to maximize the storage capabilities. I know space can be such a fine commodity in a van. You want to take advantage of every piece of space that you have. So those thermal curtains with pockets could be a good option for maximizing that space. And then another really cool option, especially for days like this, a nice fall day, is these bug nets. So they just buckle up at the top and you unravel them. And then you do both sides. And then on the outside here is a zipper. And it just unravels that way. You zipper down both sides. And then in the middle here is a magnet. Magnets! Oh! So anytime you walk through, it's going to open up and then just buckle shut again. And then if you want to prop a side open, you have the ability to just magnetize it to the van. So you can keep it open, you can keep it closed, but it's great to let that fresh air in the van. You can have these open, have the air vents going, and get a lot of airflow going through the van. This van is set up with 2 air vents inside of it, so a lot of times people will put one blowing air in and one pulling air out, so it creates a circular motion of air. And that, along with the bug nets where you can keep your van open, just really creates a nice airflow throughout the van. And this van is available for purchase. If you are interested in this van or any other van that we may have in inventory, feel free to reach out to us via the contact form. There's a link to this specific van in the description below that will give you a full breakdown, and then also a link to the contact page. With the contact page, you'll get in touch with one of our expert van gurus. They'll help answer any questions you may have about financing, warranty, trade-ins, the certification process of the van, and then also what you may want to add or subtract to this specific van setup. So if you are interested, don't wait. Please reach out. We'd love to chat with you about this van or any other van that we may have available for you. Thank you.